Welcome, friends, to this life-changing video. If you are new in my channel, please like, comment, and make sure to subscribe my channel. So let's start today's life-changing video. You grow your mind. Every new skill rewires your brain to learn faster next time. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to grow so fast? Why they pick up new skills effortlessly, achieve big goals, and keep leveling up in life, while others stay stuck in the same place year after year? Why do some people seem to move through life like a river in full flow, strong, relentless, unstoppable, while others stand on the shore, watching, wishing, waiting? Here's the truth. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's not some magical gift they were born with. It's growth through skill. Every skill you learn doesn't just add knowledge. It rewires your brain. It reshapes your identity. It makes you learn faster and grow stronger every single time. Every time you pick up something new, no matter how small, you are sending a signal to your brain: I am evolving. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. Today, I want to speak to the part of you that knows you're capable of more. The part of you that's tired of standing still. The part of you that wants to rise, to evolve, to become unstoppable. This is your moment. This is your turning point. And it starts with learning. Chapter 1, Why Learning Matters. We live in a world that's moving faster than ever before. A world where the skills that once lasted a lifetime now become outdated in just a few years. A world where standing still means falling behind. But here's the beautiful thing. Your brain was built for growth. When you learn a new skill, whether it's a language, a sport, a craft, a technology, a way of speaking, you're not just memorizing information. You're building new neural pathways. You're laying down new roads inside your mind. And with each road, you create more ways to connect, to think, to solve, to imagine. Think of your brain like a city. When you were born, it was mostly open fields, empty, quiet, waiting. Then, as you learned your first words, your first steps, your first lessons, little roads began to appear, and with every skill you've ever learned, the city grew. More streets, more bridges, more lights. Now imagine what happens if you keep building. Every new skill is a highway, a bridge, a shortcut to something greater. And here's the magic. The more roads you build, the faster you travel, the easier learning becomes. This isn't just poetic talk. It's science. The brain has a remarkable ability called neuroplasticity, the power to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. That means you are not fixed. Your intelligence is not fixed. Your abilities are not fixed. Your brain is not a cage, it's a garden. And learning is how you make it bloom. Learning isn't just about survival anymore. It's about becoming limitless. Chapter 2, Everyone Start. Somewhere no one starts at the top. Every expert you admire was once where you are now. Unsure, inexperienced, maybe even afraid. The painter once held a brush for the first time. Their first painting wasn't a masterpiece. It was a mess. The programmer once stared at a blank screen, confused by every line of code. The speaker once trembled on stage, voice shaking, heart pounding. Every great story begins with a first step, but here's the difference. They took it. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They didn't wait until they felt ready. They didn't need permission. They started. And that first step, no matter how awkward, no matter how uncertain, is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Here's the truth most people avoid. The hardest part of learning any skill isn't the skill itself. It's getting past your own fear. Fear of failure. Fear of looking foolish. fear of being a beginner. But let me ask you something. If every expert was once a beginner, why are you afraid to be one? The beginner stage isn't something to be ashamed of. It's something to be embraced. Because if you can embrace being bad at something, even just for a while, you'll give yourself the chance to be great at it one day. Picture this. A seed is buried in darkness before it breaks through the soil. The greatest trees begin unseen, unknown, unnoticed, but they grow anyway. So even if no one is watching, even if no one believes in you yet, start anyway. Plant the seed. Let the roots grow. Your time will come. Chapter 3, Embracing the Struggle. There will be days when it feels impossible. Days when you question why you even started. Days when your progress is invisible. Your energy is low. Your doubts are loud. But those days are not a sign to stop. They are a sign that you're growing. The struggle is not the enemy. The struggle is the proof that you're stepping into new territory, the proof that your mind is being stretched, the proof that you're leveling up. Think about working out. Your muscles don't grow during comfort. They grow during resistance. They grow when you push past your limit. The same is true for your mind. Every time you push through frustration, every time you silence the voice that says, I can't, every time you keep going when it would be easier to quit, you are building mental strength. This transformation is invisible. No one will clap for you. No one will see the hours of repetition. No one will feel the doubt you fight alone. But later, everyone will see the results, and they'll call you talented. They'll say, you're so lucky. But only you will know it wasn't luck. It was the struggle you embraced when no one was watching. Remember this, pain is temporary, growth is permanent. The struggle you avoid is the strength you never build. Chapter 4, Skill Create Freedom. Every skill you master is like adding a key to your personal freedom. When you learn a new language, you unlock entire cultures. You can speak, connect, travel, understand. When you learn a technical skill, you open doors to opportunities that others may never see. When you learn how to speak with confidence, to lead, to build, to create, you become a builder of your own destiny. Skills give you power, not power over others, power over your own future. They make you less dependent on luck, less dependent on waiting for someone else to choose you, and more in control of what you can create. In a world that keeps changing, the most powerful skill you can ever learn is how to keep learning. Because while others are clinging to what they know, you'll be evolving, you'll be adapting, you'll be thriving, and one day when the opportunity appears, you won't be the one watching. You'll be the one ready. Chapter 5, Identity Shift. From I can't to I will. Every time you learn something new, you send a powerful message to your brain. I am the kind of person who grows. This isn't just motivation, this is identity work, in action. This is how new versions of you are born. The old version might say, I can't do this. But the new version whispers, I can't do this yet. That one word, yet, carries power. Because can't is a wall, but can't yet is a door. It means I'm not there today, but I'm on my way. Day by day, step by step, brick by brick. You build a new version of yourself, and here's the part people overlook. Learning is not just about skills. It's about who you become while learning them. Confidence doesn't come from standing still. It comes from progress, from looking back and realizing, I've come further than I thought. Chapter 6, Consistency over Intensity. People think success comes from massive action, from one big moment, one big leap. But the truth is, success is built on small, consistent steps. You don't need to dedicate 10 hours a day. You just need to show up every single day because consistency is what rewires your brain. Every repetition strengthens the neural pathway. What once felt impossible becomes second nature. Think of a path through the forest. The first time you walk it, it's rough, overgrown, uneven. But walk it again and again, and it becomes clear, smooth, natural. That's what happens inside your brain. Consistency carves the path. Greatness isn't built in front of the crowd. It's built in silence, in the late nights, in the early mornings, in the quiet moments when no one is clapping. Discipline will take you where motivation can't. You are not defined by your past, not by what you failed at, not by what they said about you, not by the versions of yourself you once believed were permanent. You are not your mistakes. You are not your doubts. You are not the voices in your head that whisper, "You're not enough." You are the choices you make now, the decisions you take today, the direction you choose in this exact moment. Think about that. If your story was a book, then everything that has happened up until now is just the previous chapters. Those chapters don't have to dictate the ending. They don't have to define the hero you become. You can pick up the pen right here, right now, and start rewriting your story. Maybe your past was full of doubt. Maybe people underestimated you. Maybe you underestimated yourself. Maybe you were told you weren't smart enough. Maybe you were made to believe you didn't have what it takes. Maybe somewhere along the way, you started believing that lie. But here's the unshakable truth. You can reinvent yourself at any age, at any stage, at any point in your journey. You are not stuck. You are becoming. Let that sink in. People often say, "This is just who I am." But no, that's not the truth. That's just who you've been up to this point. You are not a finished product. You are a work in progress, and that is your greatest power. Because if you are still breathing, if your heart is still beating, then your story isn't over. Your story is still being written. Think back to a time when you thought something was impossible, but you made it through. A time when you felt like giving up, but didn't. That's proof. Proof that you have strength inside you that you might not even recognize yet. Proof that transformation is not just for special people. It's for you too. Every great comeback story starts with a single decision. The decision to no longer be defined by the past. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine the version of you 5 years from now. The version who has learned, grown, evolved. What would they say to you? They wouldn't say, "Stay where you are." They'd say, "Keep moving." They'd say, "You have no idea how powerful you are becoming." So don't say, "I'm not that kind of person." Say, "I'm becoming that kind of person." Don't say, "I've always been this way." Say, "This is who I choose to become." That one shade from accepting your past to owning your future can change everything. Your story isn't over. It's being written right now. Every decision, every skill, every new step is a sentence in that story. Every challenge you overcome is a paragraph. Every comeback is a chapter. So ask yourself, what kind of story do you want to tell? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Who do you want to become? Because this exact moment is where your rewrite begins. Chapter 8, the moment you decide. Every journey starts with a moment, not tomorrow, not someday, not when everything is perfect. It starts now. The moment you decide, truly decide, that you're done standing still. The moment you whisper to yourself, "I'm ready to grow." That single moment can change everything. Why? Because decisions shape destinies. Every powerful story begins with someone saying, "Enough, it's time." Maybe you've been stuck for months, maybe for years. Maybe you've had dreams buried so deep inside you that you almost forgot they were there. But the truth is, they never left. They've just been waiting. waiting for this moment. You don't need to have the map. You don't need to know every step. You just need the first one. Because once you start moving, momentum becomes your ally. Energy builds, confidence grows, doors begin to open, and the life that once felt distant starts to become real. The greatest myth people believe is that they need to have it all figured out before they begin. That's not true. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the first step. That first step might be messy. It might be uncertain, but it's real and it's yours. There's a reason why so many people get stuck. It's not because they lack potential. It's not because they're not smart enough. It's because they're waiting for the right time, waiting to feel ready, waiting for permission, waiting for a sign. But here's the secret. This is your sign, right here, right now. Growth doesn't begin in comfort. It begins the moment you say, I'm done waiting. I'm done standing still. I'm ready to move. And the world will not hand you a perfect path. It will hand you a blank page. Your job is to write the first line. Think of every great innovator, every artist, every athlete, every leader who changed their life. They all had one thing in common: a moment, a decision, a point where they said, no more excuses, no more waiting, let's go. This is your moment, the moment you stop replaying your past and start building your future. The moment you stop asking, what if I fail? And start asking, what if I fall like you? Failure is not the enemy. Fear is. And fear loses its power the moment you decide to act. Every single step you take after this decision matters, even the small ones, especially the small ones, because small steps create momentum, and momentum creates transformation. The mountain isn't climbed in one leap. It's climbed one step at a time. When you decide to grow, you'll notice something. The fear doesn't disappear overnight, but it stops controlling you. Because once you make a decision with your soul, not just your mind, everything changes. Suddenly, the excuses lose their weight, the doubts lose their voice, and the dream starts to feel possible again. Don't wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. There is only now. This moment right here could be the turning point of your entire story, but only if you choose to make it one. Imagine looking back a year from now. You're stronger, more confident, more skilled, more alive. You'll remember this moment, this exact decision, this whisper inside you that said, let's begin. And that whisper will become your war cry. So don't wait for permission. Don't wait for someone to save you. Don't wait for a miracle. You are the miracle. This is your moment, your decision, your story. Start writing it. Closing one decision can rewrite everything. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by what you choose to do next. And if you've made it this far, listening to this, then something in you already knows. It's time. Time to rise. Time to move. Time to grow. The story of your life isn't carved in stone. It's written in ink. And ink can be rewritten. Every skill you learn, every choice you make, every small step forward, it's all part of a new chapter. So take that first step. Say yes to your growth. Say yes to the future you deserve. This is your moment. Right here, right now. Start. Outro. Rewire your mind. Pick that skill you've been dreaming about. Pick the thing that scares you, the thing that excites you, the thing that whispers, this could change everything. Pick it and start. Not next month, not next week, today. Because every skill you learn doesn't just make you smarter. It makes you stronger. It makes you freer. It makes you more alive. Remember, you are capable. You are adaptable. You are growing. This is your time. Rewire your mind. Unlock your potential. Become unstoppable. If this message moved you, don't let it end here. Let it be the spark, the beginning of your next chapter. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And most importantly, go build your future, because the version of you you dream of is waiting on the other side of one skill.